Iran's leader was killed.
It's roughly 6 a.m. in Israel. A series of fighter jets takes off, armed with long-range high-precision missiles. According to CIA and Israeli intelligence, a significant portion of Iran's leadership has gathered here, in a compound in Tehran. Among them, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the country's supreme leader. 2 hours and 5 minutes after the jets took off, Israeli missiles strike the compound.
Come on, man. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'll move to Israel with xQc.
US attacks on Iran
That's what it takes.
How the country's
Come on.
leader was killed.
Me, you, Felix, we go way, way back. Both of us, we start something new over there.
By the time this video is published,
I know what those words meant on the screen.
Might have emerged. The US, Israel, and Iran have a long history of tensions. Until 1979, Iran was an authoritarian monarchy ruled by Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. He was supported by the US. When his regime was overthrown in the Iranian Revolution, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini took control of the country and founded the Islamic Republic. He was determined to transform Iran into a country ruled by Islamic law. Khomeini abandoned the former Shah's pro-Western stance. The US
This is hard for me to understand it. Islamic law? Is that like a religion-based system that dictates the laws?
So this is the funny part about Islam. You know, compared to Christianity, Christianity is a very like a personal religion. It's like very focused on person-to-person type of like personal ethics. Basically, that's all it's about.
I think even other religions,
Islam is very political. It's pretty much just a document to explain or justify
where it's kind of a hybrid,
the caliphate
at least some
by establishing this guy Muhammad, who kind of determines what the ideal man, right? Muhammad, by looking at the way Muhammad lives, by living like Muhammad, that's the ideal moral way to live. So it's very much about personal morality still, but also Muhammad is a political leader, right?
And was succeeded by Ali Khamenei.
He very much establishes a system
and had become a key figure in the religious leadership of the country. Over
Islam
time,
is very
Iran, Israel,
political.
and the US repeatedly engaged in conflicts. Sanctions were
because Muhammad
imposed onto
is a
Iran.
political guy.
Iran became a key financier of anti-Israeli militias in the region. In 2002, it was uncovered that Iran was enriching uranium at 2 secret locations.
I remember that.
The enriched uranium could be used for nuclear reactors or nuclear weapons, a fear the US and its allies had had for a while already. Iran has repeatedly denied its alleged pursuit of nukes. The US and Israel ran many attempts to stop the nuclear program. Through cyber attacks, the assassination of key scientists, and especially in the US's case through diplomacy. In 2015, the Obama administration and the Iranian regime...
When Obama was deporting every other person, okay, nobody blinked an eye. When Obama was bombing every other country, nobody blinked an eye. I mean, I'm just saying it how it is. I mean, you could get mad at me. I was alive during those times, and I remember, buddy.
Regime agreed to a nuclear deal.
This is a good day, because once again, we're seeing what's possible with strong American diplomacy. Under the nuclear deal that we, our allies and partners, reached with Iran last year, Iran will not get its hands on a nuclear bomb.
However, in 2018, President Trump pulled out of the deal.
The fact is, this was a horrible, one-sided deal that should have never, ever been made.
Ever since, relations have tensed up. In 2025, in the midst of new negotiations, Israel and the US launched a series of airstrikes on Iran using bunker-buster bombs.
Yo, those are
3
crazy.
Iranian nuclear sites were heavily damaged. In the same year, Iran plummeted further into an economic crisis. The currency crashed, food prices soared, people grew frustrated. By the end of 2025, mass demonstrations erupted across the country. Peaceful protesters and rioters called for the end of the Islamic Republic. Trump called for an uprising of the Iranian people against their government, saying, "Help."
Question. So the people that are inside the country that is under Islamic law, they don't like it, and then they don't want that to be the thing? Okay, so I got it right, kind of, right? That makes sense. It's mixed, okay.
It's on its way, but the regime brutally cracked down on the protests. It shut down the internet across the country. For days, little to no news made it out. In the end, thousands of people were killed. 50,000 reportedly got arrested. The US began to build up troops in the region, with Trump repeatedly threatening Iran. On Thursday, February 26th...
Yo. Dude, I feel like my takers are so unhinged today, chat. Guys, can I be honest with you? I mean, people get mad about, protesters, they don't want to arrest this guy, or, I mean, I didn't see any tweets about people complaining about this on my timeline. I mean, I didn't see anybody fucking complaining and denouncing this. Was there?
Thousands of people were killed. 50,000 reportedly got arrested. The US began to build up troops in the region, with Trump repeatedly threatening Iran. On Thursday, February 26th,
I didn't see the numbers, I never saw anyone get mad about it.
Countries in Geneva.
Why am I not allowed to make a good comparison? I'm so confused. Why am I not? Dude, that makes perfect sense. That is a crazy amount of arrests and stuff. I don't even know the context, but that is still a very big mobilization, and I'm thinking a lot of it was probably peaceful, right? Are all these guys were doing bad riots, or whatever? Probably not. I mean, so
to no avail. Saturday, February 28, around 9:40 a.m. in Tehran, Iran's capital. This
everywhere?
government compound is not far from Hua Square. It reportedly houses offices of...
It was so nowhere that I remember, I think it was Asman, and I think it was Train and other people that actually care that were calling everybody out for not talking about the Iranian situation. I remember vividly, and a lot of people that I know that are Iranian or have some family with her were saying, guys, nobody's talking about this because it was completely swept under the rug, right? It was being deliberately avoided, and you guys are trying to make me fucking think, being gaslit that people care about it. How many flags do people have on their fucking profile picture? I stand by Iran, however. How many fucking tweets were made? How many fucking blacked up profile picture? Guys, I'm boycotting. Fucking nobody. So now, no, fuck that. Weird.
The Iranian presidency, Iran's National Security Council, and the supreme leader. Since 2025, the US has apparently gained specific insights how Ayatollah Khamenei and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps communicate and move while under pressure. Reportedly, the CIA has tracked Khamenei for months. They've mapped his whereabouts and studied his patterns. They're confident he's here today, and they learned of a meeting of top Iranian officials on site. The US and Israel originally intended to strike at night under the cover of darkness.
47
but they reportedly
cruise
moved
missiles.
the time of attack. This opportunity was too good to miss. Suddenly, Israeli missiles hit the buildings. During impact, several national security officials are in one of them. Supreme Leader Khamenei reportedly in another.
Isn't this guy like
satellite
100
imagery
years
shows
old, though?
heavy damage to the buildings. Black smoke
Dude, he was
is
already
rising.
old
Geo-confirmed
when he
footage
did the
recorded
revolution.
here also shows
And
massive
it was,
amounts of smoke in the area
I think
of
it
the
was
compound.
30 years ago.
A picture taken
40 years
here
ago.
too. Ali Hosseini Khamenei died in the attack. Also killed Suyid Abdorrahim Mousavi, Chief of Staff of Iran's armed forces. Ali Shamkhani, head of the National Defense Council. Mohammad Pakpour, Commander-in-Chief of the IRGC. Aziz Nazerzadeh, Defense Minister. According to Israeli news, a total of 30 senior Iranian officials were killed in just half a minute in the opening strike.
Huh?
The operation...
This is some Walter White shit.
...stopped Roaring Lion in Israel and Epic Fury in the US. It has been planned for months. Masoud Pezeshkian, president of Iran, however, survived. Ali Larijani, secretary of the Supreme National Security Council, vowed Iran would fight back and assured continuity of governance. The strike on the government compound was just one part of the operation.
Okay, I have to pause it. Yo, you guys are branded. This whole Twitter shit, I don't measure my overall view of the world by how much it is on Twitter. All I can do is compare the volume of care on Twitter towards one thing, and then compare with the volume of care towards another thing. The scale I use isn't from Twitter to real world. It's from Twitter this to Twitter that. The model is in that way normalized. I mean, that makes total sense. I mean, what the fuck? Like that absolutely is logical.
Chad, you know how these Middle Eastern cities are structured?
Iran's air defenses
for war? That's diabolical.
That's exactly like
it's house stacked on top of house, stacked on top of house. Only like a football league, right? It's pretty. These cities are pretty nice actually to live in.
10 days ago
I reckon they're pretty
the gambling
nice.
Issue
it's
of
just
slots on Twitch, obviously.
The cars are a problem. I mean, cars in the desert, like you can't breathe. I mean, Jack, middle and then the fucking honking. That's demonic. They need to introduce trains to the Middle East. Dude, Middle Easterners, I bet they would love having a good train station. I think bikes are good, but
in the other zone,
it's in the fucking desert, so probably not that. But dude, trains would go hard, man.
That makes absolute sense.
The little motorcycles, they're awful. They make so much noise and so much pollution. They're awful.
Into Iran. The goal is
train would go
reportedly
hard
to
in the
destroy
Middle
as
East.
many Iranian missiles as
Actually, though, if
possible,
they're quiet,
as fast as possible.
that would go harder.
The US
Because
reportedly joins in about 30 minutes after the attack
all the
on Iran's
alleyways and
leadership.
They're very
According
nice
to the New York
to
Times,
walk
their
in
attacks
and
focus
do shit.
primarily on
But you never
targets
have
in
to.
eastern Iran,
You don't have
far
to leave the
away
city.
from
You don't even have to
Israel.
leave your
They also
neighborhood.
attacked
Like,
the Iranian
everything is
fleet.
there. That's so nice to live
Reportedly,
in.
U.S. warships fired Tomahawk cruise missiles at
But
Iranian
for
targets.
war, it's
American
diabolical.
ground
It's
forces
fucking,
use
it's a
artillery
god
rocket
map.
systems.
Literally, like
Several
actually, it's
military
a god
and command
map.
centers in Tehran are hit by Israeli
Dude,
airstrikes.
you bomb a spot,
Further
and
explosions are
you're gonna
reported
hit
in
like
Iranian cities across the
5,000
country.
civilians. Even if you didn't
Trump
intend to,
releases a video
if you want to
officially
keep it the
announcing
most
a
humane way
military
possible, you're
operation
gonna
and
hit
urges the
50
Iranian
different
people to
elementary
take over
schools.
their government.
When we are finished,
I mean,
take
these
over your
leaders are
government.
literally doing
It
it on
will be
purpose. They're hiding
yours to take.
in civilian areas
Netanyahu
on
later does the
purpose,
same.
so you kill many of them. Literally, it's like a diplomatic move. They want to hide
Shortly
there, so
after their
if you strike,
an
you
airstrike
kill a bunch of
against the
civilians. They
Sarai
get used
Tayyip
as
Elementary Girls
a way
School
to
in
discredit
Mina,
your government.
Hormozgan province.
It's demonic.
What happened with that?
Iranian state media and officials claim that at least 175 people got killed, most of them likely children. These numbers have not yet been
I mean, this is what I'm
confirmed
talking
independently.
about.
According
They
to the New
don't.
York
They
Times,
build.
the school
They
is
build
adjacent to an Iranian
military
naval
and
base. US Central
institutional
Command announced an investigation into the
government organizations next to civilian targets on purpose. They do it on purpose, and they do it all over the place, right? It's not just Iran; it's Israel too. It's Egypt. I mean, yeah, Egypt.
But chat,
it's all of them. All of these Middle Eastern countries, the way they structure their cities and the government and whatnot, it's fucking demonic. Actually,
residue or some other shit. I mean, they can absolutely find out where it's from. No, it wouldn't even take that much time. No.
US Central Command announced an investigation into the strike. Iran launches Operation True Promise 4 and the retaliatory strikes begin. Countless missiles are fired at dozens of sites across the Middle East. More than 200 missiles are launched at Israel alone.
Like, dude, like, what was that? Like
the Middle East.
Like the one that fell down.
Countless missiles are fired at dozens of sites across.
How can you fucking tell who's what is what when the shit's fucking doing that? Like, you know what I mean?
Across the Middle East. More than 200 missiles are launched at Israel alone.
It's a boost.
In solidarity with Iran, the Houthis in Yemen announced that they will resume attacking shipping lanes in the Red Sea. This effectively ends a 3.5-month pause following the 2025 Gaza ceasefire. The US-led coalition reportedly intercepts several drones and missiles heading towards Erbil in the Kurdistan region of Iraq with no casualties. Multiple news outlets later report explosions near Erbil International Airport where US soldiers are stationed. That afternoon, Dubai International Airport is hit with an Iranian drone, striking Terminal 3 and effectively closing UAE airspace. Several luxury hotels like the Burj Al Arab and Fairmont de Palm are set on fire.
That's awful. I mean,
it's unclear whether this was the result of a direct attack or if the fires were caused by debris from intercepted missiles. But the UAE isn't the only country targeted by Iran. In Bahrain, missile and drone attacks hit the US Navy.
This is US people are hiding in those hotels, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Is that, bro, is there anything that'll prove that? Dude, he said what?
The 5th Fleet headquarters. Footage shows what appears to be an Iranian Shahed drone striking a tower block roughly 20 minutes from the facility. In Qatar, the Ministry of Interior reports 66 ballistic missiles were fired at the country.
Like I said, it's not just the US that's doing that. It's all of them. They're doing it on purpose because it's just a strategy.
What would it be? Tourists? Fucking civilians? Like random people? I mean, that doesn't justify shit. Like, yo, that doesn't justify shit.
Yeah.
What are you on about?
Saudi Arabia, the Prince Sultan Air Base is targeted by ballistic missiles, which are reportedly successfully
they're all doing it on purpose. So when you strike, you kill civilians
and downed 49 drones and ballistic missiles, likely headed for the major US military bases across the country.
Piss off a bunch of people on all sides. It's just a ploy to radicalize the population and try to justify a war.
You're talking about like some very developed, civilized country.
And both sides are doing it.
Oh, we're gonna fucking... You think that they hit their target with that fucking...
The more the war is felt... This war couldn't be felt by people in America at all, right? You could go to war here and only people feeling this are the soldiers. They do this on purpose, so the population, especially the lower end, all the peasants, they feel it the most on purpose to radicalize them, to try and justify the war. They wanted to get radicalized, so they're gonna hate the Iranians who are bombing them, right? That's what they want. Same thing with the Iranians. They want the US to bomb children's schools. So the Iranians are gonna get fucking mad at the US because they're bombing children's schools.
Following the
of course you're going to get mad against some demonic government that's bombing kids.
And its early warning radar in Turkey are on alert.
It's obvious.
Some experts warn that Iran
they're escalating on purpose because they know the whole way society structured nowadays. Everybody's against war. Nobody wants war.
More events and
so they kind of just force it. They force the war. They escalate on purpose.
So let's zoom out a bit.
Sleeper agents.
The US's involvement in the attacks is controversial. On Truth Social, Trump said this.
Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world.
It's an argument for a war of necessity. An attack was looming across the sea, so the US had to strike preemptively. But it's unclear how Iran...
Wait. He said,
he's talking about the Persian Gulf.
So the US had to strike preemptively.
He's talking about
but it's unclear how Iran's activities directly endangered the United States.
It's kind of funny. He says American
Iran
citizens,
was apparently
right?
years
when he
away
means
from
American
obtaining
citizens,
a nuclear weapon.
he means Cypriots. He means UAE citizens. He means Bahranis. Okay.
Shit. Do they have the tech to actually send his shit to fucking
These are all American subject states. Okay.
Okay.
They are.
Okay.
If you have an American base on your country, it's an American subject.
It would be ready to go. Where if they did get
so yes, he's doing that to protect them, kind of. But he escalated on purpose. Like he's the one that's causing the Iranians to attack them.
I know that deep in your heart you don't believe that.
It's kind of true, but it also implies
that this is true, like some boogeyman.
It also implies that you have literal subject states. That people don't want to know that, but I do know that. I know.
Own intelligence.
You can keep denying.
Oh yeah, guys.
Half of these states are just fake. They're fake. They're fake countries. Their whole economy runs on sending oil to the West.
John, hold it right there. Alright? Now put down to the thing that's gonna launch it. Bang!
They're city-states, right? They're city-states, and
incredibly
I mean these are American city-states.
It's estimated to reach no more than 3,000 kilometers.
The whole style of the
city,
it's just
countries, but
New
not
York,
to the US.
Right?
Iran might have been attacked because it was in a uniquely weak
they
position.
speak Arabic
as a type of preventive
measure. These guys are not devout Muslims,
right?
Even the princes, they're not the most devout Muslims. You're gonna find them in maybe Egypt and Syria. Those are the real hardcore Muslim guys. The Gulf states? No, hell no. They're not.
According to
they're very
law,
plutocratic and
humanistic,
humanistic, like the West.
There are also discussions whether the attack was in violation of the US Constitution. Trump started the war without congressional approval.
Okay, then it was better than
they love the West.
Flow of letting every fuck each other over, and you're a developed country, and some other country is in a period of uncertainty and unstable.
No, I'm not talking about the native tribes over there.
Dude,
I'm talking about the leaders and all the city people.
Because, dude, let's be honest. Okay, then what about Ukraine? Then that would be a good example. That would be a correct example. Okay, then every pull out. I mean, let him deal with this. No. There needs some form of intervention by developed superpowers that have the leverage. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? What? Like this is like geopolitics 101.
Across the US and parts of the world, protests erupted, partly against the Iranian regime, partly against American involvement in the war. Oil prices have risen sharply. Experts warn of an impending global energy crisis because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. In Iran, people celebrate the death of Ayatollah Khamenei. Others are grieving. At this point, it remains unclear who will succeed him. For now, the regime formed a provisional government. It seems set on revenge and continues to strike Israeli and US bases. The exact number of deaths is hard to determine at this point. According to the US military, so far 3 American soldiers have been killed, with 5 seriously injured. According to Al Jazeera, 10 people have been killed in Israel, 3 in the UAE, 1 in Bahrain, 1 in Kuwait, 13 in Lebanon, and 2 in Iraq. The Iranian Red Crescent has reported that since the attacks, at least 555 people have been killed, with hundreds injured. According to the Times of Israel, these numbers do not differentiate between military and civilians. The situation is like...
but why are they firing everybody, though? Why are they just going full AoE mode? I mean...
Going to escalate further in the upcoming days. Timely reporting like this is incredibly resource intensive. It's only possible thanks to today's sponsor, Hansen Shaving. We're grateful they're supporting our work. Many human hair.
Yeah, but I thought the efforts were now Israel, United States, Canada, France. Like, I thought there was a big coalition or some shit. Like, are they gonna hit all those too?
Yeah, Britain. Basically every European and North American state that has military presence in the Middle East. So I know Britain has bases in Cyprus, America all across the Gulf, Israel in the Levant. So they're going to strike all of them. But it's not like when they attack Lebanon that all the Lebanese are going to get mad at Iran. No, the Lebanese are going to get pissed at Israel, even if they're getting attacked by Iran. They don't. These countries over here, or in the Middle East, are so cooked and so fractured. Right? These are
all of the U.S. military, right?
A lot of these countries are barely countries. They're barely functioning. They aren't functioning.
All the way down to fucking 300.
They're in semi-civil wars. The whole society is fractured.
It would destabilize. Taiwan
it's free for all, right? It's free for all. They can be allied. You can have Iraq allied to the US, allied to Iran. It doesn't matter. It's free for all. If a war breaks out, the whole country collapses in an instant.
What the fuck? See, you don't even know about the overall conflict
Syria,
of the South China Sea.
They're just not.
And Taiwan.
There is not.
And you're trying to give me a fucking lesson about geopolitics and
like the nation building
unstable
just
zones.
didn't work.
Oh, bruh.
I don't know.
They
tried something, gave up, and then they tried something else. The US got mad at them, so they gave up.
Otherwise, I mean, you don't.
And then they never actually full on went for something, and they just kind of fractured. You know, it just never worked.